I can't believe I did that with Jaden. I'm actually very surprised she came out as healthy as she did because, I was clueless. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm officially done with my first trimester of pregnancy, and thank God because it felt like the longest ever. There are things I did when I was pregnant with my daughter 14 years ago that I'm not doing this pregnancy, and I thought I'd share them with you guys. Big disclaimer, I am not a doctor. I'm simply sharing my doctor's advice from the questions that I had for her. Everyone's body is different, so please check with your doctor first. How do I stop morning sickness? Here are some of the tips she shared with me. Eat frequent and small meals. Avoid having your stomach empty because that's when the nausea really sets in. Drink tons of liquids. Water will help immensely. Drink sparkling water if you can't keep regular water down. High protein snacks if you can, just to make you feel full longer. She also said pressure wristbands, ginger capsules, or vitamin B6 were also options for me. For this pregnancy, I found out I was pregnant at 4 weeks. So right when I did, I said I'm going really strict with super healthy eating, no desserts for me. At 6 weeks, the nausea hit me like I never expected. And I would try to eat a salad and it looked disgusting. I couldn't even look at anything green. It was actually really depressing because I was worried that I was not going to feel like myself again and wondering if now these food aversions were just going to stay that way afterwards. I just got ready for bed and felt like I was going to throw up. I didn't. But Anthony has been so cute. He immediately jumped up and said that he will get me whatever snacks I need. So I looked at any snacks that can help with nausea, and it said bananas and applesauce. So he went to go grab me that. I'm learning that I need to be snacking during the day instead of loading up on a big meal that's carb filled, because that's the only thing that sounds good right now. So I'm really going to try tomorrow, maybe peanut butter and apples or almonds, even though almonds sounds so gross. I'm just going to try to force myself to eat the little snacks because I don't want to feel like this at night. It's not worth it. I can't go to sleep. And my stomach is just turning. I would constantly snack on beef jerky, chili mango, ginger tea. I would constantly have my stomach a little full, which was very helpful. So the minute I found myself getting even a little bit hungry, I would eat a snack, even if I wasn't hungry. Even if I didn't feel the urge to eat right then, I forced myself to, just because I didn't want it to get to the point of feeling like I was gonna throw up.
Eat the banana.
I never actually threw up during my pregnancy, but I always felt like I was on the verge. I wore pressure wristbands every day. Those helped quite a bit. Anthony also found ginger gum for me. I would chew that constantly, and my ginger tea at night. I would sometimes go through 4 cups of those. It just helped with the hydration, but also kept my stomach at ease. Now, with my pregnancy with Jaden, I do not remember feeling any morning sickness at all. Maybe it was because I was younger. My mom said that she remembers me feeling sick at work. At one point, I had called her and said I felt sick. I don't remember that, but I don't remember a lot about the first trimester of pregnancy with Jaden except key points. Maybe I blocked out a lot. I don't know. So with this pregnancy, I was confident that it was going to be the same as Jaden, where I never felt sick and was super thrown off when that hit me like it did. Foods to avoid. Any unpasteurized dairy products, brie, goat cheese, blue cheese, they can harbor very dangerous bacteria, but if they're pasteurized, it's okay. So just check the label before or check with the restaurant if you're eating out. Avoid undercooked meats and alcohol and drugs. That is a given for me, but fish to avoid. King mackerel, marlin, orange roughy shark, swordfish, tailfish from Gulf of Mexico, and tuna, because these are the biggest mercury levels. I have this list on my phone just in case, but I do love sushi. So I had to ask my doctor, please tell me that I can have some sushi. She said, yes, I can have sushi as long as I'm getting it extremely fresh. Not something that's been sitting out at a grocery store or those conveyor belts where you grab the fish off. She said anything where it's left out, really avoid those. But especially if I'm craving sushi, she said a few pieces are fine. After that, stick to the cooked rolls. We came to our favorite sushi spot in Pasadena. It is so delicious.
It's so
I was
good.
craving sushi.
Garlic edamame is the best.
So I did a baked roll and they seared everything so it's all cooked. When I was pregnant with Jaden though, I ate sushi all the time and I never once thought about the freshness of fish. I was thinking that salmon was healthy for me, tuna was healthy for me, I would have it with brown rice. I never once considered the fact that I maybe was eating too much mercury. Some of the places I went to probably weren't the freshest from what I could afford at the time. Can I have caffeine? Yes, you can have caffeine as long as it's under 200 milligrams a day. I didn't have any caffeine my first trimester with this pregnancy because I was so nervous about anything going wrong. So I completely avoided caffeine, which was really hard for me in the beginning. I am about to take a 15-minute nap because I am exhausted. I've never felt this exhausted, but without the coffee, I think it's just a combo of it's not working out for me. It's only 4:30 and I can't imagine being up until 10 p.m. at this point. So I'm gonna take a power nap and see how I go. I had extreme headaches from the withdrawals, and combined with that with nausea just wasn't fun at all. In my pregnancy with Jaden, even though I ate very healthy and I was super active, I drank at least a coffee a day and probably 5 Diet Cokes a day. Diet Coke at that time was part of my routine. I drank it like water. I figured it had 0 calories. I remember thinking it was a healthier approach than soda. What is a healthy weight gain? My doctor told me generally 25 to 35 pounds is considered a healthy weight gain. Now, again, if you are obese or underweight, this can be completely different, but if you're a normal healthy weight before you're pregnant, 25 to 35 pounds is the ideal weight gain. My doctor also told me because I was eating pretty healthy before, I really only need 200 extra calories a day, which is really only an extra snack. It's not the myth of eating for 2. She said that's absolutely incorrect. I am now in my 16th week and I've gained 5 pounds. I will have to say I did put on some weight during first trimester because I was eating In-N-Out, mashed potatoes, all these carbs just to survive. My doctor told me don't worry about it too much in first trimester. Just really get through that time period and just focus on getting whatever nutrients you can get for the baby. I got grilled cheese, mustard instead, onion, chopped chilies, and pickles. And the fries are perfect right now. They're cooked to perfection.
They're always perfect.
Oh, the other day they were soggy. It's so good.
Okay.
Ooh. Mashed potatoes. I'd have to say these ones aren't as good as the other ones we got. This is really good. I haven't had a banana in years.
That's a lie. You've had a banana in smoothies.
Not that I can recall. Anthony is the cutest. He brought me olive spread and my favorite yogurt pretzels from Trader Joe's, along with chips. Once I was feeling better, I got back to my healthy eating routine and adding an extra snack daily. When I was pregnant with Jaden, I gained 19 pounds in total from my pregnancy, mainly because I was working out so much. I was eating pretty healthy. Once I knew that Jaden was going to be my daughter and I was going to be a mom, I was really committed to eating healthy. I cut out dessert. I cut out anything unhealthy that I didn't picture giving my newborn physically. That really helped me cut out my cravings. Can I exercise? Yes, as long as you're not bleeding or have problems with preterm labor. If you've been cleared for exercise, it's actually highly encouraged. You just never want to get your exercise levels so high that you can't carry a conversation, you're completely out of breath, gasping for air. When I was pregnant with Jaden, I worked out completely regular. I never did a talk test to see if my breathing was okay. I ran on the treadmill. I was doing ab workouts. I was very into exercising before I got pregnant. I was 19 and just continued my routine. Thankfully, I had a healthy pregnancy besides that point, but that is really scary looking back that I was just full blown on the treadmill. When you exercise, you should only do safe exercises that avoid injury, such as dangerous high-risk sports like skiing, snowboarding, all the fun winter sports. Sad, can't go skiing this year. For this pregnancy, I had extreme fatigue in my first trimester and was so nauseated that I had no desire to work out. But as soon as the nausea went away at 12 weeks, I forced myself to get into a workout routine because I really want to have a healthy pregnancy and a strong delivery. I get up at 6 every morning. I get on the treadmill for about 30 minutes, always making sure I'm talking to myself if I feel that my heart rate might be getting too high. After the treadmill, I followed up with about 30 minutes of strength training. I love Body Fit by Amy. She has prenatal workouts on her YouTube channel. They're free to watch, and I just follow exactly what she does. Hot tubs and saunas are an absolute no in pregnancy. But my doctor did say that you can take a really hot bath. The bath temperature, water doesn't matter because the bath is cooling down with your body temperature. The problem with the sauna or jacuzzi is it's constantly maintaining the same heat temperature, which can be very dangerous for the baby. I'm about to start my bath. I've been loving this. I got from Whole Foods. It smells like almond. It's amazing. And all natural ingredients, less irritation as possible this way. I also really love this from 100% Pure. It smells like eucalyptus. Again, 100% pure, made with essential oil. It's very soothing, but it also gives it a little minty feel after. These are my two favorites for the bath. And when she told me I can still take my hot baths, it was a real relief because I love my bath salts and it's just so relaxing before bed. That has been really helpful for me during first trimester. With my pregnancy with Jaden, I also knew that hot tubs and saunas were an absolute no. And although I went to the gym all the time, I avoided the sauna, thank goodness, because I loved the sauna prior to getting pregnant with Jaden. Can I get my hair colored? Yes, as long as it's after 12 weeks. I went to see my doctor at my 8th week, but when I found I was pregnant, the next day I actually got my hair colored. So I checked with my hair colorist, Del Miller. He's amazing. But he said the one he used on me is non-toxic and he always uses that one, so it shouldn't be a problem. Now, when I was pregnant with Jaden, I most definitely colored my hair before I found out I was pregnant with her. I liked those box dyes and I would do a reddish brown tint. So those definitely weren't non-toxic. Which over-the-counter medications are safe? Again, check with your doctor. What works for me may not work for you. Because I was struggling with headaches so much in the first trimester, she said Tylenol or extra strength Tylenol is perfectly safe for the baby, but to avoid Motrin, ibuprofen, or Advil. In this pregnancy, I would avoid taking Tylenol as much as I could by drinking a lot of water, hoping that would help my headache. There were certain times if I let it go too long, it got really bad, so there were nights that I took Tylenol right before bed. With my pregnancy with Jaden, I don't remember having any headaches because I was drinking so much caffeine. Is flying or traveling okay? Yes, it's okay as long as you're not bleeding or have problems with preterm labor. She also said to make sure to always call in if I was going to fly. That way we'd make sure everything was fine and I wasn't too far along in the pregnancy. But because it is COVID pandemic 2021, we're still in the midst of it. We decided to avoid all plane travel my entire pregnancy, which was really tough to make that decision because we had a tropical trip planned and we canceled everything the minute I found out I was pregnant. The pregnancy also makes me more higher risk for COVID, so it's just not a risk that I'm willing to take. With my pregnancy with Jaden, I didn't do any plane travel my entire pregnancy, mainly because I couldn't afford it. Should I get the COVID vaccine if I'm pregnant? My doctor said because I work from home and I don't have to go into an office every day, I'm very low risk. I can choose not to be around people and I can choose not to travel. But she did say that if I was in a high risk position, let's say I was an ER nurse or I was a teacher that constantly had to be around people, she would recommend that I would get the COVID vaccine during my pregnancy. So it really varies in your risk for COVID and if you can isolate yourself a little bit more. Because I'm not getting the vaccine until after my pregnancy, that means I'm just being super extra cautious and really just putting the health of my baby first. Make sure to stay tuned for next Thursday. My husband will be joining me. We're testing old wives' tales to see if they're going to be correct for the gender prediction. See you next Thursday.